Did you know that if your home isn't connected to the main sewer network, you need to treat your waste on-site, or you could risk fines? Whether you're building your dream home in the countryside or simply upgrading an existing septic tank, understanding what a sewage treatment plant is and how it works is crucial for your project. Hi, I'm Callum from GRAF UK, and in this video we're going to be talking about what a sewage treatment plant is, how they work, and why they're often better alternatives to a cesspool or a septic tank. By the end of this video, you'll know what a sewage treatment plant is and make the right choice for your project and avoid costly mistakes. And if you're a self-builder, stick around as we've got a free guide that will help you do just that. Let's start with the basics. What even is a sewage treatment plant? If your home isn't connected to the main sewer network, which is very common in rural areas, you'll need to treat your wastewater on site. This is all of your waste from your toilets, sinks, showers, and washing machines. Now, older homes in rural areas still typically use septic tanks and cesspools, but both systems come with some big downsides. A cesspool doesn't offer much treatment at all. It holds all the waste inside one tank and needs to be emptied quite frequently, which can be expensive. Septic tanks, on the other hand, offer some treatment but still release some pollutants, and under UK regulations can no longer be discharged into a watercourse. Which brings us nicely onto sewage treatment plants. They're able to treat the wastewater to a much higher standard, typically removing up to 95% of pollutants, which means the water can be safely released back into the environment. So how does a sewage treatment plant actually work? Step 1 is primary treatment. This is where the wastewater flows into the settlement tank or chamber. Solids will sink to the bottom and the fats and grease will float to the top, and a clear water pool will start to form. Step 2 is biological treatment. This is when the wastewater then flows into the aeration chamber. Oxygen is introduced in the tank to feed the natural bacteria. These helpful microbes then break down the organic matter. Step 3 is final settlement. Once the aeration finishes, everything starts to calm down. The remaining solids sink to the bottom of the tank and a clear water pool forms at the top, ready to be discharged out of the tank. The result? Treated water that can be safely discharged either to a drainage field or to a flowing watercourse, depending on local regulations. A sewage treatment plant isn't the same as a septic tank. There are some key differences. The first is treatment level. With a septic tank, it simply separates the solids, whereas with a treatment plant, there's active treatment happening within inside the tank. The next is discharge rules. With a septic tank, you can't discharge into a flowing watercourse, but with a treatment plant, you can, as long as you have a permit for it. Then you have maintenance. Both systems need emptying, but with a sewage treatment plant, it often produces less sludge, which means it needs emptying less often. Next, you have power. Treatment plants need electricity for aeration, but with some systems, they use less electricity than a single light bulb. Finally, long-term cost. While septic tanks are more cost-effective up front, treatment plants are more future-proof and better for the environment. In the UK, there are certain rules to follow to make sure you're compliant. First, choose a certified system. Look for the BS EN 12566-3 accreditation. Don't worry, every system in the UK has it. Next, any system that discharges under 5,000 litres per day doesn't usually need a permit unless you're in a protected area. Finally, your sewage treatment plant must be at least 7 metres away from any buildings and 10 metres away from any stream. So if you're planning a new build, your sewage treatment plant will be a part of your drainage strategy, so you want to make sure you talk to your planning office at the start. When it comes to installing a sewage treatment plant, it isn't a simple DIY job. You'll want to find a professional that can help you along the journey, as it requires excavation, pipework, and electrical connection. You'll want to find an installer that knows the local soil types and planning permissions when it comes to discharge. Once the tank is in, get it serviced yearly to keep things running smoothly. You'll want to empty the sludge as advised, typically once a year. Be kind to the bacteria, avoid any harsh chemicals, wipes, or pouring fats down the drain, and keep rainwater out of the system. It can overload the plant and reduce performance. If your system is installed and maintained properly, it will operate smoothly for years to come, doing the dirty work that you don't have to think about. Whether you're deep in the process of building your dream home or you're just starting off, understanding how these systems work will benefit you in the long run. By the way, if you're looking to install a sewage treatment plant for your home but you don't know which one to get, then grab a copy of our Self-Builder's Guide to choosing the right sewage treatment plant for your home. It's full of tips on sizing, which system to go for, how much they cost in the long run, maintenance, installation, the lot. Link is in the description below. You can click it to download a free copy. Thanks for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like. If you have any questions about sewage treatment plants, please leave it in the comment section down below. Or if you want to, make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss a future video on sewage treatment plants.